So I've noticed there's been a lot of people speaking about self-employed borrowers and how difficult it is. And depending upon where you're going to, yeah, it could be a little bit more difficult. It has a lot to do with whether or not your loan officer knows how to read your business tax returns and your personal tax returns with your S corp on it. A lot of times, the things that you're deducting are allowed to be added back in, but not all loan officers know how to read that effectively or correctly. It does take a bit of work since every business tax return is a little bit different, but the right loan officer can read that well enough in order to make it accessible for the underwriter and go through their approval with the proper income that you're allowed to utilize. Now, if things are a little wonky and we can't add back in enough stuff, then the next thing you can do is, if you're a 1099 employee, use a 1099 loan. 1099 loans are great for those people who are just a 1099. You're looking at as low as a 620 credit score. You can get to an 80% loan to value. They're going to go strictly off the 1099s. Some of them allow you to be 1099 for only 1 year. Most want to see you be 1099 for 2 years, but they're not going through your tax returns the same way as if you were a fully self-employed person, because of course it's a little bit different. The next one is bank statement loans, which a lot of people are talking about. I try not to use them for the most part, because what a lot of people don't realize is that when you do a bank statement loan, 9 times out of 10, they're going to take your income that's coming in and they're only going to use half of it. And sometimes that can benefit you. Sometimes it's basically the same thing as somebody not being able to read your tax returns effectively. There are a couple of lenders who, if you get a P&L to go along with bank statements, 12 to 24 month bank statements, then they will allow you to use up to 90% of that actual income. There it is helpful, but there's very few lenders who do allow that. On top of that, when you're doing a bank statement, they can be anywhere from a 1 month, which of course is going to be a higher interest rate, all the way to 24 months worth of business and personal or personal bank statements. Some want both, some want one or the other. And on a bank statement loan, you can be as low as a 620 credit score and go all the way up to a 90% loan to value on the property that you're looking to purchase. Then you've got the audited P&L. What an audited P&L is that you didn't prepare the P&L, your CPA, your accountant, somebody in a professional capacity actually provided the P&L. In those, you're looking at up to an 85% loan to value. Again, you can be as low as a credit score. It could be 12 months as long as you're in the same industry. So if you just recently got out of nursing and started working as a travel nurse, you could use 12 months worth of a P&L as long as you set up kind of like your own agency type thing in order to do the travel nursing. That's one of the big ones that I'm seeing a lot as of late. Now, the bottom one, that one's one of my favorites because it is the easiest loan in order to do. I don't care where you work. I don't care if you have a job. It doesn't matter. This loan is not available in every state. From my 6 states, it's not available in Pennsylvania, and it's not available in Maryland. The states themselves have rules set up against this. Now, on this loan, it gets a little interesting because if you're at a 740 credit score, you only need to put down 20%. It goes all the way down to a 640 credit score. Before 640 to 659, you're looking at a 35% down payment, and you have to have at least 12 months worth of reserves in order to do this loan. But again, we're not checking your tax returns. We're not checking your P&Ls. We're not checking your 1099s. We're not checking your debts. None of that works, but it's not available in every single state. If you have questions about any of these loans, feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to answer anything.